Man, has there been a lot of movement with D coordinators in the Pac-12 this year. I'm going to tell you why the U of O may become the U of D with their new defensive coordinator, Tim DeRuyter, coming up right now. Hey everybody, welcome to Elite Athletes TV. I'm Mike Pulaski, former 11-year pro quarterback and quarterbacks coach here at EliteAthletesTV.com. As a quarterback, I always love talking X's and O's, scheme, concepts, all of that stuff. But with the movement of defensive coordinators around the conference, we got to talk some defense. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, if you like X's and O's, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell. That way you get notified every time we have new stuff coming out. Smash that like button if you love football content, and give me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Comments, questions, thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. And please share this video out. We're trying to help as many young athletes as we can, talking about the game of football, giving them an understanding. And so the more you share this out, more young athletes we can help. This year in the Pac-12, it's the year of the defensive coordinator. Now, last year, we got a bunch of new OCs in the league, and so we saw offenses change across the conference. But this year, big-time movement with defensive coordinators. First, Coach K takes off. Kwiatkowski takes off for Texas from University of Washington. And then, just recently, Tim DeRuyter, former defensive coordinator at Cal, heads up to Oregon. And that move alone may make the Ducks a strong defensive team this year. Had some down numbers last year, especially in terms of stopping the run. But with Tim DeRuyter on board, linebackers at Oregon are going to love him. We're going to look at 3 clips, a couple different schemes, just what Tim DeRuyter brings to the table as a defensive coordinator. His linebackers for the last several years in a row have been the #1 tandem of tacklers in the country. So anybody playing linebacker in a Tim DeRuyter defense is going to love it. Right now, I want to take a look at a couple of his different pressure packages, how he gets to the quarterback and gets big tackles behind the line of scrimmage. Let's hit the film. First up, Cal versus UCLA in Memorial Stadium. And what you see is 3-man front, reduced down, inside here, head up on the field side guard. Notice nobody over the tackle here. Cal is going to bring pressure from their outside backer. Now, when most teams do this, they'll walk down a safety over the top of it to cover down so that when he goes, there's somebody to cover him man. DeRuyter's scheme doesn't do that. They're going to bring this outside backer, but instead of walking down a safety, they're going to cover from inside out with a linebacker. If you get a reaction, a side adjust from this receiver, the linebacker is there to cut it off, so you don't have to worry about safety help. So first off, smart scheme in that way. Secondly, as he brings this outside backer, UCLA has to fan that tackle because he knows he's got pressure coming from the outside. He has to protect that outside edge. But Cal's actually going to bring him underneath the tackle. What that does is reduce this end of the line of scrimmage as he tries to lock onto that outside backer, and they're going to loop the Mike linebacker around the edge, and he comes completely clean. Because they're sliding protection this way, back is checking front side to this Sam linebacker. Sam because that's the tight end. But this Sam backer is actually going to drop out. Sound in the run into the boundary. And with the slant coming this way on that defensive line and the loop from that Mike linebacker right there, then they are in good shape in terms of run fits as well. We'll run through one time. Pressure down low, Mike loop around, and everybody comes free. Now, not only does Mike linebacker come free on the hit, but because this tackle is naturally going to kick outside, he gives up that inside gap. So now you have a good inside rush on a tackle, expecting to defend that outside edge, and a looper in Mike that are both getting home. Tackle gets beat inside, and the Mike linebacker's there as well. So great play for a huge tackle for loss. Now you're getting that bear look up front. Again, compressed. Outside shoulder of the guard on the nose, which is right on the center, on the offside guard. Stand up outside backer to the boundary, This is a stand-up backer out to the field. So it's what you call a double eagle look or a pinto. So 3 guys over guard, center, guard. What Cal is going to do this time is, once again, they are going to bring that outside pressure down underneath this tackle. As he fans to pick up this outside pressure, they're going to bring him underneath. Now from depth, they're going to bring Evan Weaver around as well. USC is trying to cross key with his back, so he is blocking back to try to pick up this Mike linebacker, and they are looking to throw the out route into the boundary. But the Bears are dropping the outside backer into the boundary and looping the nose. And so a lot going on up front there. The quarterback has to try to ferret that out. This time, no secondary pressure, just bringing linebackers and these dudes up front while dropping out that linebacker. Watch it in slow-mo one time. You bring the Mike pressure off that outside on a loop, and you can see as you come underneath this tackle, expecting to kick outside, and this Mike, you expose 2 guys on the pass rush. Back picks up a block here, but you get beat inside on that tackle. Not great pass protection, but a great scheme because that tackle was expecting the outside rush. Excellent pursuit, one of the hallmarks of Tim DeRuyter's defense as well. So here we are from the end zone. As we said, guard, center, guard are absorbed, so they have to be alert for gap. You're going to see these 3 guys get absorbed by 2. Tackle is kicking off into space because he's expecting this pass rush. What that does is it leaves a one-on-one here and a one-on-one with the backer on the loop around the outside. These 2 are going to absorb 3, and you're going to get a looper around to handle that tackle while the outside backer drops underneath. Sound for run and for pass. And now you get a one-on-one matchup here in space. This tackle was expecting to kick to the outside because he had a man on his outside shoulder. Instead, when Tevin Paul comes underneath, now he's got to step and replace, and that gives Paul the edge. Evan Weaver coming off the outside means this back can't help. He has to try to get Weaver in protection as well. You can see quarterback right now, his head looking for that out route, but the Bears dropping an outside backer underneath it disrupts him just long enough to get that pass rush home. Looking for the out, not there. Tevin Paul is there for initial contact. And Evan Weaver and Luke Beckett cleaning it up. Finally, there are times when he will bring a ton of pressure and bring one more than you can block. But when he does it in a sound way, and he does it based on tendencies. And so understanding teams' tendencies, which I think is really a strong point for Tim DeRuyter, and knowing how to pressure against those tendencies is key. Let's take a look. So again, from that odd front, 1, 2, 3 defensive linemen, the Bears in that what you might call an under alignment if you call back strength. And so reduced over the guard, head up over the center, inside shoulder tackle, and then 2 outside backers on the edge for rush. Now what you're going to see is this safety walking down and in. Oregon State is playing the big on big protection. And so you're going to get tackle fanning to outside backer, guard picking up defensive tackle, center on nose, guard on defensive tackle, and tackle kicking out to the outside linebacker. DeRuyter is going to bring a gap pressure with a linebacker, which means this back has to absorb that. And then he's going to bring double A with this safety through. Nobody left to pick up that safety. The key is being able to cover over the top. He has a really good secondary here with what he's got on the field. And so being able to pick this up so that you don't get that slant, you don't get the quick hitter inside is essential. But this safety is coming so fast that this quarterback has nowhere to go with the ball. Downhill, coming right now. Boom. Nobody there to block. Free hit on the quarterback. Let's watch it one time from the end zone and think about what it's like to be a quarterback in here. Again, kick, protect, man up on the center, kicking out to the tackle. Got to pick up that outside linebacker. A-gap with one man, back is going to pick that up. Free hitter coming through that second A-gap to the field. Nobody left, no decision to make, but duck and cover. The unique thing that I saw with Tim DeRuyter is he found a way to get pressures without gambling on defense. You can see he does it from a variety of different styles. He loves to bring backers around the outside, and he loves to directionally rush, to put his linebackers in position to make tackles. His linebackers, the duos, as I said, were the number 1 and 2 tackling duos in the country the last several years. And so linebackers at Oregon, and you've got a set of a couple good linebackers up there in a Tim DeRuyter defense, are going to make a ton of tackles. If you like what I did, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, smash the like button, let me know that you liked what I did here today, and give me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you, your thoughts. I think DeRuyter is going to bring a ton to University of Oregon, turn U of O into U of D, and add to that offense. You've already got that RPO thing going on up there. I expect that to grow and mature this year, and you bring some great defense under Tim DeRuyter, and Oregon is going to be something to reckon with, especially with all the youth they had on that Oregon team. I appreciate you watching. Just want to talk a little college football, a little defensive scheme, and talk about the fact that you guys are lucky to have a great new defensive coordinator. Not just a great coach, but a great dude as well. I've enjoyed getting to know Tim over the last several years. I think he's a hell of a coach, but he's also a hell of a dude. So just a little college football, little X's and O's, trying to show you a little bit of scheme, maybe improve your football skills and your knowledge of the game. I'll talk to you again soon.